Am I live? I should be. Yes, I am. Hello. How are you? Hope your week's been going fine. Even though ICE has taken over my city. Have a lot to talk about that. In the meantime, I want to say welcome to Jets. That's pretty much I've got. I got 4 people watching and I got 4 likes. Welcome, Jet. Everybody, please hit that like. I want you to hit that share button and I want you to subscribe. You will be notified every time I go live. Welcome, chat. Welcome, Donald James. Welcome, Reference Frame. And that's pretty much it. I got 7 viewers and I got 6 likes. What are y'all doing to me, man? You gotta do the likes, you gotta do the shares, you gotta do the subscribes. You better share this damn stream right now. Calibrating. Welcome in. Brrr. Welcome in, Cali. So I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Even though, if you celebrated Thanksgiving, if not, fuck yeah. Ethan, welcome in. So yeah, I'm streaming from a different setup today. I'm not streaming from my regular space. Unfortunately, I do have to compete with the Vanguard. So, at the end of my show, I might send y'all there. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, so hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am live. I only got 7 people watching. I only got 7 likes. And that's pretty much it. And as you heard this week, ICE has officially started their raids here in New Orleans. And it's not pretty good. But one thing is, a Chinese woman escaped from getting caught. And one guy told her to fuck off. It was all on video. On security camera. The lady's security camera on the house. Mouse Lander, welcome in. Hiya, how you doing? And there's like minimum response. And the public wants to know why the hell they're doing this, or what are the names that they're capturing, and do they have a criminal conviction? Do they have a criminal record? and all the things you know in the book. And of course, they're wearing masks. So do I. Anyway, and there's of course those idiots are wearing masks and wearing the fucking glasses. And no one, and people are just getting little to no word on who are they capturing, what their names are, and and what their crimes are, and where are they being deported to. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. And of course, there was a local group that there was a local protest group decided to go to City Hall, have their voice heard. Unfortunately, City Council has said, nope, fuck you. Get out. We don't agree with what you have to say. And of course, the police have to kick him out. Because I believe one of the councilmen is a fucking Republican. And in my view, he supports ICE. Joe Russo, he is a fucking councilman in the New Orleans City Council chambers. Does not agree with the outgoing mayor's statements that she stands with the citizens of New Orleans of their rights to be protected. And she wants them to know that she stands with the citizens, not with fucking masked pretend police officers that want to beat the hell out of these people and kidnap, beat the shit out of them. And all this started on Wednesday, especially the ones in Minnesota. The ones in Minnesota are tied up to the Somalian people. If you see ICE start using the majority report whistles, yeah. Hang on, man. Keep fighting. Good fight. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Welcome in, Gloombops. 10 viewers and 9 likes. We all know you have to be a monster to work for ICE. Fuck yeah. If you're working for ICE, you must be a total piece of shit with no life, no family, no kids, no friends. And you have, your mother or father must have hated you when you were a child. That is if you're a fucking monster that works for ICE. But sure as hell, you don't believe me. Watch this shit right now. Watch what I'm about to show you. I mean, it's horrible. It's actual horrible. Or a drunk, divorced, deadboat dad putting your kids in danger on the road. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. If you're referring to that guy who got arrested in Florida who was an ICE agent, you're fucking correct. You are fucking correct. Let's see. Watch this. Let me show you this. Hold up. Watch this.
I was about to get kidnapped. I was like, oh my god, they're about to take me. But they actually hopped out and did try to take me.
The woman at the center of this says she was just steps away from her home when agents in an unmarked car hopped out and came toward her. This is the walkway she was on, and it was all captured on her home's surveillance camera.
Leave me alone!
Guzman says she did
I was about to get kidnapped out and did try to take me.
The woman at the center of agents in an unmarked car hopped out and came toward her. This is the walkway she was on, and it was all captured on her home's surveillance camera.
Yep.
Leave me alone!
Guzman says.
Yep, that's the moment. You see that woman that was running towards her home? Those are the idiot ICE agents that was trying to grab this woman and try to get her deported. Unfortunately, their asses failed. Now watch what happens next.
She didn't know what the men wanted, only that they were closing in fast and she needed to get back inside where her baby was sleeping.
Hispanic people against Hispanic people. They're just like racially profiling all POC, people of color, you know? And it's entirely wrong because they think that they are superior than us. And the man that was chasing me, he was Hispanic. So it's a little like, you know?
Of course. See, the ICE agent was a Latino. Like she said in that little video that you just watched. And she said to the she told him, leave her alone. Because they didn't know what they want. She didn't know what they wanted. They should be a damn shame of themselves. She's just trying to go home for her baby. Watch this moment right here.
Screaming and ran outside.
Hispanic people against Hispanic people.
Confronting the men and ordering them off the property.
Yeah, so, yeah, that man told him to fuck off. Like I said, the agent was Latino. This shows you this ICE raid here has gone to hell. And it's really scary. And she was 22 years old. And she's an American citizen and she's Chinese. And my God, I feel sorry for her. Now, this is what happened in City Hall yesterday. Watch this. John Leffier, welcome in.
Today as protesters took... I was at City Hall today as protesters took over City Council chambers, protesting ICE and Border Patrol agents being in New Orleans. Here's what City Council President J.P. Morrell had to say in part after that protest.
When you see protesters out here protesting the councilors, they list themselves on the website as...
In part after that protest.
When you see protesters out here protesting the council that is making efforts, they list themselves on the website as collaborating jurisdictions, but they don't go there.
I went looking for a list of agencies across Louisiana that are considered partners.
Efforts to protect, but they don't go there.
I went looking for a list of agencies across Louisiana that are considered partners with ICE, and here's what I found. Those with asterisks.
Look at that entire list of fucking police departments that support ICE. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Read the whole damn thing for yourself. Those with RSX next to one of those police departments are considered jail detention.
I was at City Hall today as protesters took over City Council chambers. 3 ways that agencies are partnering. Asterisks beside them are considered jail enforcement.
Yep, jail enforcement. All those police departments that support ICE should be ashamed of themselves, and those who are doing jail enforcements are fucking cowards. Go fuck yourselves.
There
Damn it.
considered jail enforcement. There are 3 ways that agencies are partnering with ICE right now. See your screen here. They can either be partnering with that jail enforcement model, warrant services, or
My
task
God.
force. And those are all defined by DHS right here on your screen.
My God. My God. But good job on the protesters. Absolute good job on the protesters. Two Tablets Too Furious. Mona, welcome in. Thank you for being a great moderator. No way, Mayor needs to do something about it, or Newsom, gotta pressure them. Listen to what my outgoing mayor says.
For the first time, Mayor LaToya Cantrell spoke to the
City of New Orleans, again, stands in solidarity with every resident within our community and making sure that they know their rights. And you know what? They feel safe, and we're going to continue to ensure that.
So the mayor says that people feel safe. However, businesses are taking precautions by closing their doors to protect their staff. New Orleans City Council President J.P. Moreau had this to say about the mayor's comments.
I do not agree with that. I
Fuck
think that
you.
there are significant communities in this city when it comes to the ICE interaction that do not feel safe. We've already seen.
Fuck you. He's a total asshole. Mona, if you watched last night on Galactic Streamer, you know who this guy is. You know what the stream lord talked about last night. This motherfucker right here, who absolutely cut the mic off of the protesters yesterday. All those damn protesters. If you were watching GNN last night on Twitch, this is the guy the stream was talking about. This dickhead right here. He is a total piece of shit.
In several restaurants and businesses closing down, encouraging their customers to stay indoors. I think that the idea that anyone would say that all communities in this city feel safe is completely false and detached from reality.
Nice try, bastard. That is not false. The outgoing mayor's comments are absolutely true, and your comments right there are absolutely false. You're so stupid. You didn't even listen to one damn word that the protesters had to say. You just continue to cut their mic off. Like, boop, next, boop, next. I don't give a fuck about you. Yes, please boop that like button. It really helps me. He is such a traitor. Thank you. Oops. Oops. Such a goddamn traitor. My God. The only way to make people feel safe is to protect them, so that means local police need to do protect. Oh, yes. I fell asleep early last night, but I can tell this guy's a douche ass. Yes, he's the total douche ass. Very much a total douche ass.
I get excited about the Subaru Share the Love event because Subaru retailers nationwide
This
are
is
giving
what
back. Giving back makes us who
my mayor-elect had to say. About this. Hold on.
Council Vice President here in the city of New Orleans. I'm also mayor-elect for the city of New Orleans. Today, I am joined by community, business, and faith-based leaders, along with the head of the National Urban League, our former mayor, Mark Morial.
Be right back. Hello, I'm back.
Concern over recent actions by Border Patrol in our. Unfortunately, it does not appear that these are the people being targeted in Operation Catahoula.
You see, folks, this is why I need a lot.
Workers afraid to show up. And ultimately, there is an economic impact, a negative economic impact that is spreading across our city and also across our region. We, of course, recognize federal law and federal enforcement authority, but we also stand here with an obligation to ensure that federal operations are conducted transparently, constitutionally, and with respect for local residents. Our priorities are, of course, public safety, protection of people's rights, and maintaining trust between government and the community. So today we want to bring to you demands of the Border Patrol. And these are demands that the City Council has actually just sent over to Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino, that I've been watching y'all's media reports, and he appears to be in our city and in our region. There are 5 points to these demands. The first starts with reporting requirements to ensure public trust. We are requesting regular public briefings from federal agencies that include data on the stops, detentions, warrants, and outcomes, information on civil rights compliance and oversight mechanisms. We are specifically asking for clear information on the number of individuals detained within city limits, the legal basis for each detention, including warrants or charges, whether anyone without a warrant has been taken into custody, and if any of the people detained have violent criminal histories. Without this full visibility into these enforcement actions, it is impossible to determine whether this particular operation is actually targeting the most dangerous offenders. We've constantly heard on the news claims that this operation is about going after rapists, pedophiles, and murderers. But is it really casting a much wider net? The second piece that we want to talk about in our second demand is due process protections.
This is what they want.
Every person, regardless of immigration status or background, actually has constitutional protections. So we expect prompt access to legal representation, clear notification of rights during encounters with federal agents, no detentions without properly issued warrants or clear probable cause. The third piece, and this is a really key and critical piece, we insist that all federal agencies comply with the request of our NOPD chief, Ann Kirkpatrick, that they are clearly identified as law enforcement and that they are not wearing masks that obscure their identity.
Oh, yeah.
This is really important because this level of clarity protects not only the community, but also law enforcement agencies as well. Our fourth request has to do with safeguards against discriminatory enforcements. These are really safeguards against any type of profiling. The city expects firm assurances that no stops or detentions are based on race, ethnicity, national origin, language, or perceived immigration status. We are requesting demographic data to monitor and prevent unequal treatment. And finally, the fifth point and fifth demand are humanitarian considerations. We need assurances that any individual detained has access to medical care, necessary medications, language interpretation, and notification of family members. Federal operations must uphold the basic and humane treatment that all should be allowed in this country. Overall, our points are just very simple. They're simple. They're centered around communication, transparency, accountability, and upholding people's constitutional rights. I don't believe that we're asking for too much here. We have a series of different speakers today. I'll give you a little bit of the run of show. We'll go first with our Congressman Troy Carter.
You get the point.
Then after that, it'll be City Council President J.P. Morrell speaking on behalf of the New Orleans City Council, followed by our former mayor, Mark Morial, also head of the National Urban League.
Oh, you really
Omiro
get the point.
Lopez with Immigration Services and Legal Advocacy. Myra Pineda with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Sarah Whittington with the ACLU. And then Pastor Sean Ingram, who is representing a group of faith leaders here in our city of New Orleans. So, Congressman Carter, we're starting with you.
All right, you really get the point. I don't really need to show you 58 minutes of that. Those are the 5 requests that my mayor-elect is asking DHS and ICE to please give the city government information, some type of information, and tell these ICE agents, take off the masks, take off the glasses, and ask if they're from ICE or Border Patrol. Because the government here in my city, see, they're standing with the citizens. They're not standing with ICE agents. Those creepy sons of bitches that want to be like, yeah, we don't care. We don't give a fuck who you are, what race you look like, and where you came from, or whatever the fuck you can. I mean, it's horrible. People are demanding information from these motherfuckers. But again, you get my point. You get the whole point. I don't need to play 58 minutes of that thing. And it's not just happening here, where they're detaining or trying to detain somebody that's Chinese, or mostly detaining someone or some people that are Latino and have visas, and they work here and live here and play here. They just want information. They want a daily briefing, or a daily lie, should I say. We just want to know. And also, people can want to know the badge number and the name of the officers. And if they're from ICE, or from Border Patrol. And whoever the hell is that guy that's leading this operation, if you're listening to this, which I hope you're not, you should be a damn shame of yourself right now. Because I hope your wife and children are watching this and see how disgusting, how ignorant, and how foul, and how racist you can be. You can take your little clown masked agents and your ugly little hair, mohawk hair ass, and fuck off back to DC or wherever the fuck y'all came from. Because, hello, my MAGA governor named Jeff Landry, who is a complete dick sucker to Trump, It's like, oh yeah, I'm supporting all this. I want to hurt the tourism dollars from New Orleans. See, I don't give a damn what they do because you see, I'm from the bayou, man. Because, you know, I love doing what Trump says and I believe in it. And because every time I speak and all my supporters believe my shit that I speak, they'll believe in it, they'll suck it up. Just like I sucked Trump's dick. Even when the time I lied about putting a Charlie Kirk statue on the campus of LSU, which never happened. Of course, it never happened. And of course, his family doesn't give a fuck. He and his family do not give a fuck because, hello, my state's a red state. Let me be perfectly clear about that. Let me read some comments real quick. John Lippian, welcome in. Mozart too, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, Miles. Yeah, he's a traitor to the city. I know you fell asleep last night, Mona, but you missed a lot. Touche, says Donald James X. But again, good job on those protesters yesterday. Keep fighting the good fight. And if you're in one of those cities right now that has ICE agents, get out there, get your ass out there and protest. Use whistles, make noise. Blow a damn whistle. Do anything. Do something. Do something, for God's sakes. And yell at these motherfuckers to get the fuck out of your town. Make sure that they never grab a single hand on an innocent immigrant. Ever. Because we progressives fight the good fight, while the coward Republicans and Democrats suck it up. And watch all those lies that come out of mainstream media. And of course, we all know it. We're not stupid. If nobody has any comment, anybody has comments to this, please put it on now. Because I want to move on to the next topic. Because if nobody has any more comments, I'm going to move on and talk about something else. Okay? Okay. I see no comments popping up. Well, thank y'all so much. I pretty much summed up my sentiment on this issue. Okay. Let me see. I might move on. I will move on to the next topic. Again, thank you all so much. Don't know what it means to me. Now, as we know, Trump supporters are very awful and they're stupid and they listen to what Trump says. Okay? And if they are awful people. And they suck up to his lies. Wanda, welcome in. We just finished talking about the ICE raids here in New Orleans. So now we're going to move on to this next topic. Because as you know, this week, Tennessee, in the Tennessee election, a Democrat that was running in Tennessee lost, but as you know, Mike Johnson is growing up in D.C. And the midterms could spell the fucking end of MAGA. And then, let's listen. Let's listen to mine.
Unfortunately, Afton Bain came up short against the Republican in Tuesday's special election that took place in Tennessee. But even though she didn't win, she made the Republicans work really hard for that victory, which is embarrassing for them, seeing as how Trump carried that district by 22 points in 2024. But as you can see, she came within 9 points of the Republican and managed to swing all 14 counties in the district towards Democrats, more than half of which by double digits, mind you. So while it would have been nice to see her pull off a dub, you simply cannot minimize what she managed to accomplish. On top of that, her overperformance in this district could be a sign of impending doom for Republicans in next year's midterms, as CNN's data analyst explains.
Republicans should be running for the hills this morning because the blue wave is building, my dear friend, Mr. Berman. What are we talking about here? Well, Matt Van Epps, the Republican candidate, he won it by 9, but this is a district that Donald Trump won by 22 points, 15 points, 17 points. This is a 13-point gain for the Democrats in terms of the margin, and excuse time for Republicans is over, because I hear all about these special elections. Oh, the turnout's so low, it's not representative of what happened in the midterm election. The turnout last night in Tennessee's 7th district was equal to the turnout in the 2022 midterm election. So the blue wave, it seems to be building right out of center of Tennessee.
Interesting. I mean, so in terms of the numbers, the turnout looked like a regular midterm election, not a special election.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
The fact that turnout in this special election was comparable to the 2022 midterms is crazy, because if you see as big of a swing across the country as we saw in this one deep red district in Tennessee, it resulted in an absolute bloodbath for Republicans. In fact, the math was already done. It gave the Democratic Party a 250-seat majority in the House. So, not the best news for Republicans, and we have good reason to believe that Tennessee isn't an outlier based on Democrats' overperformance in November's special elections.
What we see happening is, take a look here. Okay, 2025 U.S. House special elections. Dems outrunning Kamala Harris.
I would be laughing so hard if Texas after the gerrymandering. Me too, but as you know, yesterday, so the Supreme Court decided, you know what? No, we're going to send it with the Texas Republicans and let them use their congressional map for the 2026 midterms and let them have it. You know, give them the big middle finger while you're at it. Fuck you. They made to be down redistricting goals.
A lot of blue here. here, a lot of blue, which is what I think the nation might look like a year from now if these results hold. Arizona 7, you see a 17 outperformance of Kamala Harris. 23 points in Florida 1, 16 points in Florida 6, 13 points in Tennessee 7, 28 points in Texas 28, and then 17 points in Virginia 11. So we've seen it throughout the nation, whether you go from the suburbs of Washington, D.C., all the way to southwest, to the southwest in Arizona, whether you're looking at Texas, whether you're looking at Tennessee, whether you go down to Florida, we have seen the Democratic outperformance of Kamala Harris happening across the political map. What happened last night in Tennessee ain't just staying in Tennessee. It is spreading itself throughout the nation. As I said, to me, looking at these results, it looks like a blue wave is building.
And it's not just that it's blue, it's that it's double-digit blue.
It is exactly right. It's double-digit blue. I will note, I looked at the stats. If, in fact, you had a 13-point shift like we saw in Tennessee, and you applied that to the 2024 presidential map, we are talking about a gain for Democrats of north of 40 seats.
All right, in terms of the history, what does this mean as we project forward?
Okay, so we're looking at these special elections. We're sort of applying these hypothetical numbers, right, in terms of, Democrats would gain north of 40 seats if, you moved everything over, 13 points from the 2024 presidential result. But we actually have history to show that what happens in special elections doesn't just stay in special elections. It spills over to the midterm results. Special elections and midterm results. I just keep going to this. When a party outperformed in special elections since 2005, 5 out of 5 times, they went on to win a majority in the U.S. House of Representatives. What happened last night in Tennessee is a very, very bad omen for Republicans and a very, very good omen for Democrats.
Exactly. And Republicans are never going to show any signs of fear, but make no mistake about it, they know what's coming. Even Trump just offered a very standard congratulatory message to the...
Such a terrific victory for Van Epps and his wonderful family last night. He will be a fantastic representative of the great state of Tennessee for many years to come. It is not true. This is why I'm very sleepy, and I always sleep at the cabinet meetings. I need to go night-night, and I don't need to wake up ever again. And I really don't, because I'm very old, and I'm close to 80 years old. Because I really suck. I don't give a fuck about what you say, and I don't give a damn about your feelings.
Republican on Truth Social and didn't even bother to bloviate about how this is a sign that America First is back, baby. Because I think that even he knows that that is not the case. You should never have to work this hard for a seat in a deep red district. So the fact that it was...
What the hell is that next to his name? What the hell is that? I'm sorry. Does it look like a fucking military helicopter? To me, that's kind of fucking stupid. I don't fucking get why these red idiots always use the fucking military helicopter or, like fucking weapons or something for an excuse for their campaigns. That is such an excuse of a fucking campaign logo right there. I really, really don't get it.
This close, it kind of tells them, not too good. Although, to be fair, I didn't go all the way down in Truth Social to see if Trump said anything else about this. I just found that one post from him. I always just kind of like get in and get out because I feel dirty. I don't want to get a virus and all of the boner pill ads and the hearing aid
Never
ads
use
and
Truth
ivermectin
Social,
ads.
folks.
I worry about my computer safety. So
I agree, because never use Truth Social is never recommended. Truth Social is dangerous. It's a Nazi platform next to fucking Twitter.
Maybe he said something and I just missed it, but nonetheless, it's not something to really be super proud about, But overall, the muted response from Republicans, it does tell me that they know they're in danger, even though they're trying to not show that on their faces. Like they're putting on a brave face, but deep down they're shitting themselves. And they're admitting this behind the scenes. Politico reports tonight is a sign that 2026 is going to be a bitch of an election cycle. Said one House Republican.
Wait a minute. What the hell is this? Let me read this. Tonight's going to be a sign that the 2026 is going to be a bitch of election cycle? Hold the hell on. When did the Republicans start cursing their mouths off? Did they decide to start cursing their mouths though since Trump took office again? God damn. My God, these fucking Republicans are crazy as shit.
Need to speak candidly. Quote, Republicans can survive if we play team and the Trump administration officials play smart. Neither is certain. We've got another. Quote, I'm glad we won, but the GOP should not ignore the Virginia, New Jersey, and Tennessee elections. Representative Don Bacon, who is retiring from his swingy Omaha-based district, said, we must reach swing voters. America wants some normalcy. Good luck with Trump in power. Another one, it was too close, said one House GOP leadership aide, who was also granted anonymity to candidly discuss the race. I love how none of them will go on the record and just say it was
100%.
obvious to everybody else. GOP strategist Matthew Bartlett says none of it bodes well for the GOP in the midterms. Being an ostrich with your head in the sand on the key issues that matter most to Americans is not a strategy, or certainly not a winning one.
100%, I agree with that. Because, you know, there's going to be a lot of retirements coming into 2026 with the Republicans. Because, as you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene was the first one to say that she was calling it quits. We'll see if more Republicans decide to call it quits. Hold up.
Going to be a turnout election and the left will show up, he added. Hate is a powerful motivator. You're damn right it is, because we hate that motherfucker. Now, even the Republican in this race, Matt Van Epps, who I mistakenly called Mike Epps, I believe throughout the entire last video that I did about this race, he is Matt Epps, not Mike Epps. Mike Epps is a beloved actor, whereas Matt Epps is a GOP hack. But even he's acknowledging that he was able to pull off a victory because he attached himself to Trump, meaning that there was a weakness there. And this is just a tacit admission here, but he's recommending that other Republicans do the same thing, and I just don't feel like he should be giving anyone advice, seeing as how he had to fight for his life in a deep red district. With that being said, carry away, Matt, because I hope that you do continue to tell other Republicans to attach themselves to our dementia-ridden rapist fascist dictator, because I don't think that's going to go as well as you think it will. But here's what Matt fails to realize.
Oh, I hope. Oh, it looks like Van Epps was an Army helicopter pilot, CH-47 Chinook, and it seems to have made it his entire personality. Wow. Explains much a lot. Hold up, folks. I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to use... No, you didn't lose me. I just had to use the restroom. I turned the camera off for a second, and I turned the mic off. I had to go to the restroom. Sorry for the background noise. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Sorry for that, folks. I may do a 1 hour stream today. I'm going to my sister's birthday party tomorrow. Oh, nice. Have fun. Yeah, I see y'all just chit-chatting around. Anyway, let us... What is funny with the podcast screen? What is started here? No, I don't want to do that. I turned the mic off. That'd be fucking rude. Anyway, let us... let us continue.
If this trend continues, he might not be as secure in the seat that he just won as he thinks he is, because if momentum continues to shift in the opposite direction towards Democrats and against Republicans, by 2026, Democrats might actually be able to pull off wins in districts like this. Because right now, they'll get a 250-seat majority approximately if things just stay the same, but if momentum continues to move in their direction, we could see blowouts and wins in deep red districts. And the good news is that Afton Bain might be down for a rematch.
So you're leaving the door open to, if you lose this race tonight, to potentially running again?
Perhaps, yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I have to rest for a few days and circle back with my team, but we've run an amazing race, all things considered. The deck was stacked against us, especially in the deep red South, and we've narrowed the margin. And for me, that is a celebration worth having.
Hell yes, and I hope that she does.
Hell yeah,
now, I should know, by the way,
do.
that all of my viewers, all of you lovely people, roasted the ever-loving shit out of me, rightfully so, by the way, for saying that she was a run-of-the-mill Democrat in my last video about this race, and I just want to take the time to say, I am so sorry I misjudged you, Queen. I wasn't familiar with your game. I did not realize that you were endorsed by the DSA of Tennessee, so kudos to you. In my defense, though, whenever I'm trying to learn something about a candidate, the very first thing that I do is I go to their website, and I look if there's an issues page. If there's an issues page, I then see if they support Medicare for All, and she did not check either of those boxes, so, that kind of colored my perception of her as a candidate. That being said, she's very clearly not a run-of-the-mill Democrat if she's DSA endorsed, and I was very wrong about that. And, she also refers to the genocide in Palestine as a genocide, so kudos to her. I think she's a great candidate. Maybe she was hiding her power level. Either way, I'd be happy to see her run again because she's incredibly charismatic and likable, and most importantly, she almost pulled off a win in a deep red district. That takes talent, which the Democratic Party is lacking right now. So, she knows what she's doing, and I do hope that she runs again. And the fact that it was even this close, again, gives me a little bit more hope for the midterms, because even though Trump and the Republican Party, they're already trying to rig it through gerrymandering and voter suppression and other bullshit shenanigans, it might just be too big to rig based on what we're already seeing, just not even a year into Trump's administration. And if Democrats take back the House, we might finally see some goddamn accountability for this rogue criminal regime. Certainly Hakeem Jeffries isn't going to allow that to happen if he has any say, because, he's already saying they're not going to prosecute or impeach Pete Hegseth, I believe. But if Democrats kind of subvert him and try to hold these criminals accountable anyway, I think that is objectively a good thing. So in the end, we did not get the news that we wanted out of Tennessee yesterday, but it's still a really positive sign of what's to come if nothing changes.
Yeah, very good props to her. But sad to see her lose her election. I hope she runs again. And if she does run again, I hope she wins. For the love of fuck, I hope she wins again. But as for that Epps asshole, yeah, he can go fuck himself. He is horrible. He is a disgusting piece of shit. I know he's wrong. He was a helicopter pilot or whatever the hell he was. Made me think he served in the fucking military. I mean, it's just so stupid for Tennessee to go ahead and be like, no, we're gonna go be stupid and go fucking vote for this Epps guy because he's a fucking rent guy. We're Tennessee, because we're stupid. We're always a red state, and we always love voting red. Yeah, disappointing shit. Disappointing shit. Again, it's really, really disappointing. I hope she runs again. It's what I really hope. Yeah, Tennessee's not a progressive state. Yeah, it's not a progressive state. It's more of those red states. It's a list of red states. You can say that Donald was about to make a misspelled point, but as per usual, you say meaningless. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to do so. Yeah, the M4A is for all thing is disappointing, but she was way better of a choice. It's hard to win in a deep red district. Yes, it is, Andy. Welcome in. Thank you for being a wonderful moderator. I upgraded you to the 9,000, by the way. Thank you. But yeah, as Ethan said, props to her. I'm upset too that she lost. It's really sad that I know from experience, lol. Even though you're going to announce next month. Jesus. Take Orange County, for example, in California. Southern California, Los Angeles. That's a red thing, isn't it? I mean, there's a bunch of red states, and then there's a bunch of blue states. Then there's a bunch of blue areas in some states, and then there's some red areas in some states. And then you got crooks that are either Republican or Democrat running in office right now, or are trying to run for office. And they know they are greedy pieces of shit. And that, yes, California has some red spots in it. Okay, and that explains why TYT is in the red area, mainly Orange County, Los Angeles. ADJ, actually, I'm definitely running again. I think Elton will too. Oh, cool. I just submitted my DSA endorsement application on Monday this week. Oh, cool. Glad to have you back on. Always good to have water. Yeah, I'm glad that you submitted your DSA endorsement. Please, fight the good fight. I signed up for my local DSA chapter a month ago. Nice. Fight that good fight. sign up for DSA. If you're out there and want to fight that good fight, go sign up for your local DSA chapter. Solidarity to all DSA members. Yeah, hell yeah. Exactly, DJX, and I had Constitutes a call and asked me to please run again. Hell yeah. Before I forget, Annie is on Twitch and YouTube. Go follow her channel on YouTube and Twitch. The Disabled Borrachos, whatever. That's what it's called, and it's on YouTube and Twitch. I've been a DSA member for over 6 years, and it's not perfect, but it's the biggest social organization in the country. Cool, yeah. It's pretty nice. It's a disabled portrait on YouTube and Twitch. Okay. Let me spell it for myself. PROLETARIAT, excuse me. And it's on YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe to her, support her so she can go ahead and stream again. At least you can do it now. It. Got it. Hell, at least I'm not sounding like fucking Jimmy Dore. Sam Cedar, is that you? It is you. Thank you, Reverend Spring, for recognizing me. Very, very much. I love the recognition. I love being recognized. I get all the recognition all the time. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to start streaming once the finals are open next week. Oh, cool. Alright, what I'm going to do, I did not eat, so this is going to be a 1-hour stream. And I'm going to get out of here. I did not eat. Let me go eat. Let me send you lovely folks to the Vanguard. So sorry. I am hungry. I can tell you folks that for a fact. I am debating on streaming next week. I'll probably stream at the special time next week. Something came up at the last minute. So let me see. I'll take y'all to the Vanguard with me. No, I don't want that, damn it. we go. We got the Vanguard on. Alright, let me go eat. I'm sorry, this is not as usual. Please. Let me put in the chat. There we are. Pin message. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll probably stream at a special time next week. Look out for that. Yeah. That's Michelle. And I will stream at a special time next week. Because something did come up at the last minute. Or next Friday. So I am debating if I need to stream at a special time next week. So, until then, see you next week. Go to the Vanguard. And what do I always say when we leave the chat? Stay woke, stay gay, and peace on.